Hey, my name's Shonda, and I'm hanging out with three crowns who are...
Mike,
Josh, Melvin,
Brandon,
And Jonah.
Donut? What?
Jonah.
Sorry, I heard donut.
Yeah, people called me Donut in kindergarten, but
really?
yeah.
First month off, I heard someone fractured their hand at your show last night.
Yeah, last night, 2 songs in, another guy fractured his hand off of someone's face.
Like,
Just spinning backwards, and I think he just went like this. I don't really know. I just seen how swollen it was later, and I was like,
what's the worst injury that you've ever seen at a show?
The worst. Last tour we did with Exalt, a guy got busted in the face, and then there was this kitchen area that was kind of like the green room for bands or whatever, but he was in there with his face over a sink full of blood, like, literally leaking everywhere, and he was like, he didn't even care. He was like, oh yeah, it happens in the pit, like I hate when people fight, and he had a good attitude towards it, so we got that all I can. And we filmed it ourselves, and we're like, tell us what happened, man. And he's like it was like a lot, like a sink full of blood, like we were gonna take him to the hospital. I was like, you need to see someone about this. But no, he was alright though. It was good.
So your newest EP is titled 2012. Other than the fact that it was released this year, like, what does this year mean for you that you chose to call it 2012?
This is just sort of like a pre-release for our full-length disc. So we just titled it 2012 just because this is our release. It was our concentration for this year. We put that out, and we've just been touring that and pushing it until the full length comes out, and that will be obviously titled.
and plus Roman numerals look cool, so
Yeah.
you know.
So with this album and the new album we're talking about, what's a typical writing process for you guys? Does someone take lead, or do you split it up?
We all just kind of, someone will kind of get together and we'll all like say, I have an idea, and we'll take it to the band and we'll say, do you want to take this part in this direction, or do you want to take this part in that direction? We all have equal say on what happens, and you know where we should take each song. Yeah, we all have our say, and we all do what we think's best for the next night. So.
It's a long process. We demo everything out. Sometimes we write songs up to 4 times, 5 times. We do all the demoing ourselves, and when it comes down vocally and stuff like that, like everybody's involved in that. I don't sit down. In no way do I write everything for this band, or like lyrically or vocally. Like these guys all contribute to that, and we feel that that's the best way for us because everybody kind of has a say in like what I'm saying the whole time. So it's just everybody feels comfortable and stands behind it more. So.
And as for process, it's like all in the computer too. Like we don't really write in a jam hall setting like other bands would, where you get together and like jam out new ideas. It's pretty much just like demoed out, and then we just work on it. So a lot of emails.
Hilarious. Yeah. And I've heard good things about it. So how did he help you guys grow as a band or working on this?
Jordan was very easygoing. He would always have his 2 cents. Like you would write a part and be like, well, I was kind of thinking this, I was kind of thinking that. He'll be like, no, don't do that. You should do this. Like he was very, very straight up, and he always told us kind of like what he felt would be best for our band, and which is why we kind of picked him, because we knew he had great sound recording, and he was very smart with music. So we obviously would go with something like that. That basically helps.
Very experienced with the genre, so we went in with what we thought was a solid record, and he obviously has all sorts of ideas where he's like, yeah, that's cool, but like, what about this? And he might put a little twist on it, and we're like, wow, and you wouldn't realize like the potential your own music has with just like the smallest changes, which he was all over it, and he was fantastic. Great guy to work with. Like, I would very well go back to him again.
You guys, any labs?
Well, I'm new. I just joined like earlier this month, so I wasn't there for any of that. Well, like Mike said, he did everything in the night. Like he was in the he did it super nice. He did it the nicest way possible. He didn't ever make you feel bad for any. Like if he had a different idea, he did it in the nicest way possible. Like bringing it up. He's super soft spoken, super nice. Yeah, it was a good time.
You can take away all that was once.
Where do you guys see yourself in, say, 3 years?
Hopefully full-time touring.
Hopefully, or realistically as well.
Realistically, I would like to hope so. I mean, we push really hard. We honestly do. We've all made this band priority and have been nonstop, like putting in effort to make that happen. And it's a tough scene. It's a tough industry, but I would love to be.
Have you guys quit your jobs for this as well, or no?
That's pretty much impossible if you want to be able to afford it.
You try to balance work as much as you can. And touring and stuff like that. And it's obviously it's a struggle sometimes, and you do upset work sometimes. But realistically, this is a priority for me more so than regular.
What are your work?
Electrical.
I work at Boston Pizza. I'm a delivery driver.
I work in engineering.
I don't have a job. And I love it.
He's on the right path.
Yeah, I know. He's the head start. The head start from nice.
When I have come to terms that you always made, we said you would be by my side.
Twizzlers or nibs?
No, nibs.
Nibs.
What pets do you have as pets?
I got a dog. Sweet.
No pets.
Got a dog. Little kitty cat.
Yay!
And a snake.
Trouser snake.
Where were you born?
I was actually born in Alberta.
Born in Goderich.
Woodstock.
London.
Kitchener.
How'd you all meet then?
Well, I moved closer to Kitchener. I grew up with Mike from kindergarten. Went to high school with Josh. Met Melvin just for friends, shows, music scene.
Yeah, I think we all met from the Tri-City like band community, basically.
Pretty much.
How many instruments do you play?
Well, guitar and bass, but bass isn't really an instrument.
I don't play any then, I guess. I don't play any.
That's two people.
Yeah.
Oh, just I play three. Oh, I have to describe them? Yeah. Oh,
He wants to know.
drums, guitar, and bass.
Good. I don't play anything, but yeah, nothing.
Vocals counts as an instrument.
Okay, vocals is an instrument.
Like what could I play? Like
You play
Could
everything.
you
Plays guitar. I
pass?
could make a little
You could
harp,
pass.
flute, skin flute.
I could play. Let's see. I did percussion, so I could play like xylophone. I could play the marimbas. I could play a drum kit. No, I can't. I did. Stage band. Anyway. Trumpet, tuba, bass, guitar, piano.
What are you here for?
What do you mean?
He's our background
Play
orchestra. We play. He's the orchestra.
I don't know. That's good enough.
Okay,
I don't need to go into the other ones. Triangle.
Well, I just watched Scary Movie. That was pretty sweet. So.
What's your favorite movie?
Mike said scary movie.
I'm gonna say The Devil Wears Prada.
What's your favorite?
Really?
Good movie.
Isn't that a chick flick?
It was really good. I don't even watch chick flicks, but that's a good movie.
Did you cry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
It wasn't
Joking
crying.
that is your favorite movie, or
Yeah, what's your favorite movie, Melvin?
all the 13?
All of 13.
Tom Hanks.
Nice.
I gotta say Training Day, just because Denzel Washington's the man.
Lion King.
Yes. It's because he has a natural mane.
We watched clips of that all the way home from the show.
Oh, thanks a lot for doing this with me, guys, and I look forward to your show.
What's it been?